Kia ora everyone, welcome along to MorgNuts. I'm Morgan and we are in Ōtautahi Christchurch, and today we're going to try and smash in 3 different ramen places for lunch. And I chose these based on the ratings on Google. So there's 2 that are rated above 4.5 stars, and we're going to choose one kind of like wild card, which we'll show you later on. But first, we're going to go to Ramen Miyako, which is just down here. Come on. So we've got the menu here at Ramen Miyako, and I'm just looking down at a lot of their different flavors of ramen, and the one that I think I'll go with is the Paitan shoyu ramen. So I think shoyu ramen will be the standard across all 3 restaurants, so we can kind of get the idea of how each of them do a shoyu ramen. Now at this point, I'd just like to say, you might be thinking, Morgan, you sound like an absolute professional with this kind of stuff. I'm gonna have to stop you there. I've got no idea. I am not a professional, I'm not a chef, I'm not a cook, I don't eat a lot of ramen, but I will do my best to describe it the best I can and give you an idea of how these restaurants are. Wow, this looks amazing. Just to start with, you can see everything that's in there. You've got that beautiful egg, and that yolk looks delicious and so soft and delicious. You've got the chashu pork. I thought that was coming with chicken, but it's actually chashu pork. There's a couple of big slabs in there. You've got the bamboo shoot, some spring onions, kekoragi mushroom. Yeah, this one here. So it looks amazing. It smells incredible. First thing you do, taste the broth. That's what I've seen everyone do on YouTube anyway, so I'll try that. Whoa, that's delicious. Oh man, it makes me salivate straight away. It's gonna make talking quite hard. It tastes, you can certainly taste the soy sauce, like that's the kind of base of one of these shoyu ramens. There's a lot of depth to it. It's very savory, it's really salty, but not too salty. So the soy sauce that's actually been used in this shoyu ramen is aged soy sauce. I don't think I've ever tried aged soy sauce, but you can tell it's probably got a more depth than potentially the soy sauce you just usually get at the supermarket. And little bits of it floating around on top. Oh man. Let's try some of these noodles. So these are handmade noodles. Ooh. Mmm. Oh. Fantastic texture, like got that lovely kind of al dente bite to it, and they kind of hold on to that. Even though it's quite liquidy, they still hold on to the broth quite nicely when you slurp it up. And don't be afraid of slurping. Slurping is all part of it. Oh, fantastic. So let's try some of this chashu pork. Make sure that's dunked quite thoroughly into the broth. And there we go. There's a lot of fat on those pieces of chashu, which is awesome because it tastes incredible. It's a good texture. They're pretty decent thickness as well. That's what you want in your chashu. It's absolutely beautiful. You can see all that fat running along there. That's what gives it that amazing flavor, delicious flavor. Moving right along, this looks like a perfect little ramen egg, and we're just going to pop that straight in. That's delicious. That's amazing. The bamboo, I'll do a bit of bamboo and a bit of the mushroom. Very snappy. That's the thing about ramen, is it's got so many different textures to it. And we'll do a bit of a mix up, and get some noodle. That is delicious. It's got this the most amazing kind of depth of flavor. There's lots of layers to it. It's got the salty, it's got a little bit of kind of char. I guess that char might be from the pork itself. It's got that pork with that beautiful fatty flavor. The snap from the mushroom and the bamboo, and the noodles are just beautifully cooked. And it's all sort of held together with that incredible broth. I mean, it's just, this is a stellar bowl of ramen. Incredible. Give it another wee bit of a mix up. Hopefully that's an okay thing to do. And then, man, I tell you, I always save these bits of chashu. They're just so beautiful. I wish there were more. It's delicious. Man, pork's so freaking good. Man, that was a good start to this ramen lunch. Now, we're gonna go down the road, Riccarton Road, pretty much to the end towards Hagley Park. And we're gonna try another place called SASUKE and see how their shoyu ramen goes. Let's go. Rightio, here we are at SASUKE in the Windmill Centre, and this place is like izakaya dining, which, if you're wondering, izakaya, I think, from what I googled, breaks down into 3 words, which is like stay, drink, place, or something like that, where you come in, you get settled, and you eat and drink. So we're going to do that right now, and they've got a shoyu ramen. I can see it on the menu. Let's go try it. Come on. Okay, so we've placed our order, and what's happened is the owner, the chef, came out and recommended that we try another type. So we've got 2 different types of ramen coming. We've got a shoyu ramen, which is like the more simple, and he said the Korean sort of version of a ramen. And then we've gone tonkotsu, which is like a pork broth. So the shoyu was the chicken and soy broth, and then the tonkotsu was like more of a pork broth, and it's cloudier and sort of milkier looking, I suppose. So we're going to be able to try and compare 2 different ones for this one. So it's going to be really cool. But look at this menu. Look at everything else they've got. This is huge. This is just the lunch menu as well. You've got all your ramens down here as well. And look, I've worked out that the name of those eggs, ajitama, that must be the name of the Japanese name for the ramen eggs. Man, I can already tell this is going to be good. They both smell incredible. As you can see, the clearer one is the shoyu, which is still quite different from the last one we had, which was a bit more cloudy. That was kind of that must have been the Paitan sort of component to it, I guess. Sorry, I forgot that wrong. So you've got the shoyu, which is the soy sauce and fish and chicken broth, and then you've got the tonkotsu, which is the soy sauce with the pork broth and the fish dashi, and obviously that's a lot sort of cloudier, and it's a wee bit thicker as well. As far as the ingredients goes, they pretty much got the same stuff in them, but let's try that broth first. So we'll try the shoyu. So you can see it's clearer there. It's got a little bit of oil beading on the top as well. Oh yeah, it's a little cleaner and sort of lighter than that last one, but it's got a lovely bite to it. It's you can certainly taste the soy sauce as well. It's got quite a nice fragrance. I'm gonna drink it with my nose. Oh man, it's pretty. It's not spicy. None of these are spicy, by the way. I'm not really much of a spice person, but maybe by the end of doing all these videos, I'll be loving spice. Anyway. Yeah, it's not as salty as the last one. It's actually quite nicely balanced. If we go over here, I'm going to try this tonkotsu. Let's load it up. See how much thicker that is. Also a little bit of oil running around on top. Oh yeah. Oh. It sounds so obvious because it's got pork broth, but it tastes so much meatier. It's like, you know, the delicious flavour of the chashu pork, which has got in it. It's like that's really, really pronounced in the broth as well. And it's, as I said, much. Well, it doesn't look too much thicker. It's not like viscous or anything, but it's sort of like a deeper flavour. You taste it first, and then you kind of go, oh yeah, I taste some chashu, and then you get a little bit of char, and then you get a little bit of smoky kind of flavour as well. But man, that's good. Let's try. I can already tell that the chashu is like when we're lifting it up with the chopsticks, it was just falling apart. I think this chashu is just going to be mind-blowingly good. So it's different. Oh, so we got the Naruto as well. Naruto, just like the anime. These little guys. I think that's they're all fish cakes. Yeah, not cool. A really interesting texture. And then we've got the manme mushrooms, which are these guys. I thought that was actually bamboo, but yeah, that's the manme mushroom. So what I was talking about last time, I don't even know what that stuff was. It looked like maybe a seaweed, perhaps. Anyway, this has got nori in it as well, little wee seaweed strips, those darker green stuff. And then the lighter green is the spring onions. And then we get to the chashu. This stuff here looks amazing. Oh man. That is so good. This is so good. Oh man, that is beautifully cooked. Probably a little less fat than the last one. That's not a problem because look, it's so well flavoured. It's got such beautiful flavour. Let's try a big mouthful of the stuff. Get the noodles all nice and. Oh, sorry. Noodles are great too. A really nice bite. Lovely and al dente. Good chew, you know. Yum yum yum. So let's go over here. So same sort of noodles over here. We'll go for the chashu as well because that was actually this stuff here was falling off. Oh my goodness, look at that. Holy. Just show you. And it just goes so well in that in the shoyu broth as well. So I'll just get some of those noodles. I think with the shoyu, because it's a lighter kind of a broth, it's not as full on as the tonkotsu, in my opinion. It means that you can taste the flavors of the ingredients of the ramen a little bit better itself. Oops, I'll try some of that Ramen. Oh man, this is so snappy. Delicious. Oh. But if I had to choose between the two, I don't know. Like maybe if you were, I don't know, if the heat of the day affected your choice, like a shoyu potentially could be better just because it's a lighter sort of a broth. And then if it was like a colder, cloudier sort of a winter day, maybe the tonkotsu would be better. I don't know what I'm talking about. They're both amazing bowls of ramen. This is good. It was a good suggestion by the chef. Thank you, chef. That was amazing and quite a lot of ramen. I'm getting quite full now, but so I can see why this place and the last place were given those 4.5 stars on Google and above actually. Just fantastic. And if they make it that consistently, man, anytime you come here, you're gonna be spoiled. And try everything else on the menu because it's freaking ridiculous. So, 2 down, 1 to go. We're gonna go head into town, Ramen Ria at Riverside Market and try their shoyu ramen or some other ramen. I don't know what it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be great. Let's go. Rightio, so here we are at Riverside in Ōtautahi Christchurch. This is an incredible place. There's so many eateries inside. We've sort of missed the lunch rush, but people are still like outside eating and enjoying the sunshine. We're actually here though for one special place, and that is Ramen Ria, and it's down this laneway here. So let's go check it out. Oh man, this looks good. Just gonna drink it. Oh man, you can, as soon as you smell it, you notice that shiitake mushroom. Like that's what the other two didn't have shiitake mushroom in there. It's this stuff here. Let me show you. It's these guys here, and that flavor from them really permeates the whole dish. So you can smell them, and I bet you can taste it really strongly in the broth as well. Another thing I didn't realize is that this stuff has corn in it. Oh, and also you get the sort of more traditional spoon, which is pretty sweet. You get 2 halves, or 1 whole, ajitama or ramen egg, which is cool. And it's got corn in it. And I love corn. I taste that broth now. Yeah. Oh, man, that is savory. You can absolutely taste those shiitake mushrooms, which I just happen to love. So this is a very tasty broth. Quite a lot of oil in it, which kind of coats your mouth if you're just slooping down the broth, but very nice. It's still got that shoyu, so it's got that sort of lighter broth like the other one did at SASUKE. So this is really interesting. Ramen Ria has the chicken shoyu and the chicken Paitan, which they only had chicken Paitan at the first place, and then they had chicken shoyu at the second place, but not both. So this is just chicken shoyu. Chicken with soy sauce based broth, grilled chicken, shiitake mushroom, truffle oil. That's the other thing I can taste. Truffle oil, man, this is deluxe. And there's chicken in it. So the other two had chashu, and I wasn't even sure what was going on. I didn't even see the chicken, so I ordered like a side of chashu to put in there as well. So I'll put it in because I've got it now. The chashu is a lot thinner than the other couple of places we've been to, but I'm sure it's just as delicious. You can see those lovely little char marks on it as well. And it's got a good amount of fat there too. So now this is like the bumper deluxe freaking chicken shoyu. Oh yeah. Oh man, that is good. Let me try some of that chicken. Oh, and decent chunks too. Look at that, man. Okay, all right. Oh, that chicken is juicy. It's tender. Oh, and very flavoursome as well. Yeah. A beautiful bit of chicken. I don't know which piece of chicken they're using, but there's no bones in it. Let's get some of those shiitake mushrooms in me. Oh man, They are so powerfully strong. They've got so much flavour in them. No wonder it seeps into that broth. And now we'll try one of the eggs. You can see it's got the nice kind of gooey centre, the gooey centre, as it should, and the coloration from being soaked in all that delicious soy sauce and mirin and all sorts of stuff. Oh man, that is amazing. All right, let's try the noodles. Are good. These are just your straight standard ramen noodles. Yeah, perfect. They're so snappy. Not really snappy, they're chewy. They're just the right amount of al dente, being cooked beautifully. And they, you know, for a shoyu broth, I mean, like, it's not a sticky broth. So when you say that it really holds onto the noodles, it coats the noodles as any broth would, but you can definitely slurp it up off them. Wow, that is beautiful too. And again, it's different from all the other places, even if they're pretty much the same style of ramen. Each place has done it differently. So again, if any of those three places put their shoyu ramen in front of me, I would be a very happy ramen fella. These are amazing. And it makes me just think, like, these are like some of the highest rated ones on Google. And there's so many more in Christchurch. So even if we got, I couldn't do another bowl today, but I want to try more. I think Christchurch has got some amazing ramen places. And if you're ever in Ōtautahi Christchurch, you should make it a mission to try as many as you can. Amazing. I reckon that's enough. I've had 4 bowls of ramen today and I'm done. But all 4 were amazing. It's been an amazing lunch. Beautiful sunny day. My best mate Logue on the camera. Thanks, Logie. What a ledge. Now I've got my little Asahi to drink. Cheers, my friend. So if you're ever in Christchurch, check out these places. You will not be disappointed. The ramen's incredible, and as I said, like, all slightly different, which has been amazing and such a joy to experience. As I said, I'm not a food sort of person. I'm not a food professional. I'm not a chef. So if I've said anything that's wrong, or you're like, that's not what it's called, then please school me. I'm all ears. I'm not going to get offended. Leave a message below. Leave a comment below and tell me the correct way or whatever. We're all learning here. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.